Welcome back to the Dolecast. This week we're talking about Belfast being set on fire once again. We're talking about betrayal. We're talking about how I was betrayed. We're talking about what else did we talk about for the last hour?
All comedy.
Comedy.
Again.
I made a school shooting joke in front of a bunch of Americans. A bunch of other stuff. Aaron Gurley's down doing stuff in Dublin. Punishment beatings, all sorts. I'm joking. I'm joking. Fired from the what? From the Ra.
Aaron, we have to cut you off. You're 2 weeks notice, mate.
Thanks to Go Barbecue Co for sponsoring the episode. This is really fun. I enjoyed that. It was a really fun episode. We're on HD high definition now, so we are. And yeah, come to B Team on the 27th of June. That's next week, guys. We'd really appreciate all the support, all the listeners of the podcast. If you all bought a ticket, I think we'd be pretty much sold out. So do with that information what you will. So please buy a ticket to that and enjoy this episode. Goodbye. Do you think Master Houston is hard to please?
Well, he only lets us out when
Richard Harris is standing there in a gimp suit.
Yeah.
No one's going to get that bar, me and you, because we're just talking about it.
Excellent. Let me put these headphones on here just so I can really feel like I'm in it. I don't think so. It depends I think depends what do you mean hard to please in general?
Yes, in general. Well, like Connie would say I'm hard to please. I'd go... No. Wouldn't say that publicly.
I don't want to press there,
but no, I don't think I'm hard to please. I think I'm a man that likes the simple things in life.
You're a man that knows what he likes as well.
And I know what I like.
There's anything wrong with that though.
And I think I'm okay. I don't mind change to an extent. We were filming Jimmy Santoro a couple of weeks ago, and I nearly lost the rag. I'll be honest, nearly lost the rag. I think. Not necessarily.
What day is this?
This was
here.
No. It was one of the days we were filming in the West.
Okay.
And
first or second day?
The second day.
Okay.
And you can probably agree with this. When you have something in your head for so long of like a way you perceive something, even if it's wrong, you have it in your head when you're writing the script for so long.
Particularly when it comes to filmmaking, because you're like,
and somene's going,
I've seen this shot. What?
Someone's going, no, and I'm going,
without spoiling, can you? I don't know.
I'll tell you what it is. My character is supposed to leave through a door, right? We may not even necessarily see him leave through the door in the scene.
Yeah, I know.
But in my head, I'm going, I wrote the script months ago, and every time I think of this scene, it's like, oh, he's gone out that back door. Understandably, you're like, well, he came in this door, so he would leave it by this door. My
argument would be, he came in this door, he should leave this door, plus that door, no spoilers.
My argument would be, kill yourself.
No. No spoilers, but that door is blocked. And it's like he has to fight to get out of the room then. Because otherwise you would just run out of the room if it was a fight. My argument was, because that door was blocked, he would go through the other door. Well, then he there would be no save. But then, because I'm not, again, no spoilers, but the way he leaves, I know. It actually doesn't matter at all. What door? And we've just realised that. And I knew that in the day, and in my head I went, it really doesn't matter in the slightest. No. However, you have something in your head and you go, right, okay. I had that on a short film a couple of years back. But you know what it is as well? But I had to be the person to go, once again, weather conditions would not allow how the writer wanted it to be shot. And I had to say, listen, it's either we move the location or we don't get it at all. And we have to move the location. The story beats remain the same. I think, but you know, Joe and Aaron Gurley loves to do, right? And you know what? I'm standing on business here. I'm not even giving you an opportunity to defend yourself. All right, for example, Aaron Gurley wants to change something, which is fair enough. There might be a practical reason to change something, and I'll say, even though I may not like it, I'll go, yeah, right, okay. Aaron Gurley will explain why 5 times. And I'll go, yeah, that's so the door thing eventually I went, but no, the door thing eventually I went, right, okay. And then you went, because he wouldn't do that, I went, yeah, right, fair enough. Because you just would, like, and I'm going, man,
I've said, you know what, that's fine, because you know what's more frustrating? I've accepted.
But it doesn't sound like you've accepted it.
Because mentally I haven't. Mentally I'm going, right, okay, whatever, with another actress here. Sure, we'll just, I don't want to throw someone out the top throw of this bar. Yeah. So do you know what, realistically, it's fine. And then Arron Grody explains 1,500 times why it needs to happen. I go,
sometimes I need to explain it to myself.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes you need to explain it yourself.
Justify it yourself.
Sometimes I'm going, I've heard this 6 times.
Sometimes you challenge me a lot of times.
I do.
I'm being like, why is this weapon? And I quite often I will have a response, and you go, right, okay, and it'll just be no. There's times. But
sometimes that's me.
Sometimes I'm pulling out of my hoop, but
there's. We were talking about this earlier. Welcome to the Dolecast. Notice anything about Daniel Houston? High definition.
Is he looking crisp?
He would need to be for the money he paid for it.
Yeah. It's tracking your face and everything for focus. So.
It better be.
Yeah.
Because it says it. We'll do that in the box. New cameras. Shout out to Sean 𝐒𝐻𝐈. He actually gave me a very reasonable price for this camera. There was.
Did you say you fleeced him?
Listen, if I was leaving the house and it was a bit chilly outside, I might put a fleece on. But there was.
What's your, out of curiosity, what's your favorite Nickelodeon made movie from the early 2010s?
It would be Swindled, Arron. Swindled. It would be.
That's great.
Can
we rewatch that sometime? I'd love to rewatch Swindled.
Yeah.
Genuinely, and review it or something.
Yeah, great. And they set it up for sequel at the end. And they obviously did not do that.
We're getting Ariana Grande back for it. Like, she wouldn't be back.
There's a scene.
The only person you get back for that is Gibby. Nobody has to come back.
Gibby. And
he could do it.
Who wrote it? Who had a big hand in it? Was it your man?
Was it Mr. Schneider?
Was he big into the fate?
Big fate guy. Big feet guy. Him and Tarantino get on a house.
Do you know what? I get it, lads. There's Daniel Houston. I get there he is. There he is once more. I get it.
Why can't I say swindle?
But it's the manner in which he was doing it, where there was young actresses about. You're going, what was his name?
It's called Swindle.
Dan Snyder.
I've watched this.
There's a scene where Ariana Grande's character goes to some nerd's house. Who played the nerd?
Schneider did not. He's not on the crew at all.
Oh, there you go. Well, there you go. A scandal-free class.
Nickelodeon Productions. It's not Schneider's Bakery. Who played the wee nerd? Noah Crawford. Was it maybe? Was he the nerd? No, he was the main guy. Actually, he was a.
No, I wanted to be Noah Crawford.
Did you, Jennifer Grant?
Bet you he's a pervert. Do you know what it is, man? It's a new camera. It's filming me with.
Do you know what Noah Monk's character he played?
Noah Monks.
Yeah,
his name's Noah Monks.
No. Gibby. His actor's name is called Noah Monk. MUNCK. Monk.
Okay.
Do you know what his character's name is?
Who am I? Flipping Bob Underpants.
Wait, here. His name is Darren Vader. D. Vader.
They took the mic there.
They took a miss, sir.
Disney were sniffing around that, surely.
Yeah.
The mouse was out.
Paul Swindell, played by Fred Eunuch. It's probably the worst film of all time, actually, in a rewatch.
Tell you what, I'm broke, man.
Right?
I am broke. I
haven't checked the bank.
But at least you're now in a new job and your stable income's coming through. You're talking big money to me before the podcast started. I'm going, sounds good. I woke up this morning.
No, it's potential big money. It's not.
I've monthly payments come out, folks, because guess what? I have a life, and I have monthly payments come out for like different editing softwares and stuff like that cost money to get 200 views on TikTok. So, and I woke up this morning and that had come out, and Patreon money had come out for like Patreons I subscribe to, and I just sighed.
But no, what I would argue then is your account is that necessary. Are the Patreons necessary?
The Patreons are not necessary.
Editing software and stuff like that.
Editing software, but do you know what I actually did do, which was not reasonable? And when we inevitably do like Jimmy Santoro cast interviews of like the behind the scenes, and someone says, "What's the biggest inspiration?" The Incredibles, genuinely. The sound design of The Incredibles, the whole vibe, I love it. I, on eBay, tried to get an Incredibles Lego set the other day. It's the one, you ever seen the one of Elastigirl, and she's got like stretchy arms?
No, look it up.
It's great. And the screen slavers in it. And I have Syndrome, I have Frozone, I have Mr. Incredible Lego figures. I went, you know what? Let's complete the family. The odds of completing the family, slim pickings. You're talking like 50 quid to get Violet and Dash. So if there's a third party out there,
a junior set.
Yeah, it's a junior set, man. How much is that going for there?
£25.
£25. Daniel Houston got it for how much? 11. eBay.
You've done well there.
eBay. Some random grandis put it up there. Doesn't know what he's selling. I've gone, I'll take it off your hands, mate, for £11. Hit him with a wee best offer. He accepted it. I went, you sly dog, Daniel Houston.
Yeah.
Swindled again.
Paul Swindell.
Mr. Yeah, Paul Swindell. Yeah, so I do you know what it was? I put the best offer in and went, because there's other sale ones that goes for like 40 because it's
right, guys.
And I was like, if this guy has a clue, if this guy's from Plan North, he'll not accept this. And then I was sitting on the toilet in Ballyhome, and it was with Connie. She wasn't on the toilet with me, but I was sitting on the toilet, and I did a poo, mate. And we notification from eBay came through. It said, "Congrats, your offer has been accepted." And I went, "Oh, if I'd have known."
Do you feel bad now?
I was like, it's 11 quid. I could have.
You're an ethical swindler. Like you're like. At least take away.
No, I don't feel bad for him in the slightest. It was more I went,
you could have offered less.
No, I mean, I went, I didn't need to spend £11 on a Lego Incredible set. Yeah. I went, I could have just
left it.
And if I'd have known that like a day or two later that my editing software was coming out,
left it.
I would have left it entirely. Then if I'd have known Superman tickets were coming out today and I had to spend like 20 quid on an IMAX ticket. Money. Oh, I know you did. I was going to ask you for it. Yeah. I said to myself, I was like, I don't even can't afford to live like this. I went, because it was like 40 quid or whatever it is. Because like, IMAX. And I went, you know, Houston can't afford it. I'm going to see How to Train Your Dragon tomorrow.
Oh, I love it. Let us know how it is.
Oh, well. Audience reactions are decent.
Guy I knew, who was an AD on it, posted a load of photos today from like behind the scenes, like stuff that like no one would have seen before.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's been sitting on it. I guarantee he's been sitting on it.
Well, a lot of influencers. I didn't know there was so many influencers.
Yeah.
Were flown over.
Your man stepping through film.
Was here. Straw Hat Goofy was here. I don't really like him, but he was here. And I went. They then had a boat full of influencers.
It gets sunk a minute, does it?
No, but the
joke was
what do you call it? No way, like you name shots, whatever, when you're for editing.
Yeah.
The shot was named Influencer Ensemble, and I was like, why are we doing this, guys? I understand a bit of promo. Why are we doing this? And you know what? This is more of a pod culture thing. But good grief, I see James Gunn on one more Entertainment Weekly photo. Have you seen? And I said this to you. The one that's like it's David Cornsweat and Rachel.
I've seen fours and against this.
Rachel, whatever her name is, Rosbottom
or whatever it
is. She's in the phone booth, and then it pans across, and he literally goes. I go, oh, good grief! Someone stop him! Like, he's doing my head.
Do you know, I've seen arguments saying, no, this is very pop culture. I'm gonna try to get off this quickly, but you know, the Dolecast will get shot when they talk about comics. I've seen people say that. No. I've seen people say that they're starting a new studio. They need to establish the common audience to know who he is because they're going to see him constantly. And I kind of go, I
get it, but I'm like,
it's Superman.
Someone did say there's already a big marketing budget. And he's being used for so much of it, and it's like, really? Yeah. But to the point I'm going, I think he kind of leaves himself open for more criticism. That's the last thing I'll say about it, because it's like, well, there you go. Anyway, folks, Belfast's being destroyed at the minute. I don't. Oh, you're looking at me going, danger. No, I'm not going to get too far into it.
I actually should have a physical red flag that I raise.
Here, you know.
Is Belfast or Ballymena?
Well, it was Ballymena. Basically, folks, a bunch of riots kicked off over these two Romanian guys, and listen, I'm not. If I speak in big trouble, I'm saying nothing on. I'm not touching it.
It's crazy because we're 12 minutes in. See, like literally 13 minutes ago, you were saying all sorts.
That's it, man. I was
you the strongest.
We had to delete a full SD card of stuff. I was read out a manifesto pretty much.
We had a 24 gigabyte audio file of you just going on.
You know what? 20 subscribers and we'll release it. But you know what the thing is, right? You know what the thing is, and I saw this on Instagram today, and I the thing is, every sort of 12 to 18 months, people go, I want to burn a transit bus down, and they just put and I go, let's be real here. A few people use it as an opportunity to be like, I just want to wreck a place.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Sometimes I get it. Sometimes I'm like, let's chill out. There was a pregnant woman with her kids barricaded in our attic because they thought they were going to be attacked. And I was like, this is great, lads. This is solving a load of problems, so it isn't. But I saw a good post today. When all that came out about Jeffrey Donaldson, was there riots and burning everything? No. When
Jeffrey, tell me about that.
Jeffrey, tell me why you had the hard drive, Jeffrey. Yeah. It's like, that's great, mate. You know.
No, his house should be burned down.
But the things like that,
statement.
I saw 20.
I don't know if I could say that anymore.
What?
I don't know. I'm just being careful.
Face no case. Mate.
I'm just being careful of the.
You are a female girl called.
This is a voice modulator.
That's what I mean. You're a female girl producer called Christine, who I just take an AI voice on every. Mate, do you know what it is as well? We'll get into it. See this? Have you seen this Bigfoot AI stuff?
Yeah.
Scaring me, man.
Yeah.
I saw something today.
Did you see the one of Mario going through Belfast? Did you send me that?
No. Did you see the one? There's a woman doing the weather reports in America, and I went, flip me, that's some flood she's in. And she went, my name is Gail Weathers or whatever. And then she went, and I'm not real. And I went, I don't like this one bit. You're going to start to see Dolecast AI come through, mate. You
already have started, technically. AI filters of the Dolecast. Are you not allowed to
What's
speak?
that about, mate?
Are you
Come
not
on
here.
here.
About that? You know what?
I'm calling him out. I'm actually calling him out here. I'm all for a bit of crack. Gareth Montgomery taking a photo of my hole at the SSE Arena. Sort your life out of here from my lawyers, mate. I'm only joking, Gareth, but I was raging. Yeah, I don't know. Just like, I put it this way. I saw an Instagram post and it was 20.
Yeah, find it.
Oh.
You can maybe put this on screen if you want.
Well, guys, what's happening? Just in Belfast tonight. Here to see a princess about her pipes, if you know what I mean. Boys.
That's banter. I love that AI have our banter.
But, like, Belfast is a notoriously hard accent to replicate. And AI's just went, there you go.
10 years.
It struggled with setting up the RAL set.
10 years, where will this be? I dread to think.
We're going to get scammed. The boys are getting scammed, like.
But there's so many times already I've watched a video and then someone's gone, this is AI, and I'm going.
I said we were out doing B-Team promo the other day, and I said, did you see the video of the guy called j.𝐂𝐈𝐀𝐋𝐒 opening an otter in a box? And you went, that's crazy. I went, yeah, AI. And you went, right, okay, because I thought that was real. And I went, I'm telling you.
That's what I mean. I watched that video, scrolled on, what a funny video of an otter, and then didn't think anything of it. Lovely otter. And then it's AI. Mate, my grandparents. Oh, good grief.
Oh, I know.
Maybe I could scam my own grandparents.
Out of your own inheritance.
The plot thickens, man. The plot thickens.
I'm telling you, scamming old people is never going to be as easy.
I'm going to make an AI video of me. I'm Greta Thunberg style, captured and kidnapped. And the ransom money I'm sending my grandparents. And then
send it to your account.
Then it's gonna be like something like those prank shows. It's like, you've been what was that prank show on Disney XD called? Oh, it's gonna.
Was the one? It was just like the most stereotypical, like.
What was the one Cameron Boyce said was in Rest in Peace? It was like Gamer's Guide
to the Unexplained.
Oh, good grief! Have a catch a grip of yourself. Gamer's Guide to the Unexplained.
Was it Disney XD prank show or Disney Channel prank show?
Disney Channel prank show. Put in sure. It might have just been called Pranked.
Disney prank. Walk the prank.
Walk the prank. I wanted to be
2016 to 2018 went for like.
Do you know who's in Walk the Prank?
I mean, what?
That the assistant in the Warner episode of The Studio, the ginger kid. You know the ginger kid that's in. He's like the low assistant in the episode of The Studio.
3 seasons of Walk the Plank. Ginger.
And you know what's mad? It's changed every time we've said it. Walk the Plank. But man, I'm telling you, AI man. AI man sounds like an awful superhero. You have to give him prompts before he does anything. Hey man, stop that crime. I don't understand what you're talking about. But I would too these days.
Who?
AI.
Are you getting sick of
it? Man, I don't know what to say. I just think it's getting dangerously close to
Okay. 𝐒𝐂𝐈𝐀𝐋𝐒. Brandon's
𝐒𝐂𝐈𝐀𝐋𝐒. Ginger hair.
Chance he played.
Which they had. So Walk the Prank was kid actors playing characters,
but doing
real life pranks. Maybe that's when we should have killed ourselves.
What?
When we're watching Walk the Plank.
Walk the Plank show.
But I tell you this, mate.
I shouldn't be spending too much on this. Yeah, Walk the Plank, right? 3 seasons. Is Geezer here?
No. Don't know who that guy is.
Brandon Sir? This guy? Toby something?
No. No. Does he look like he'd be ginger?
Here, mate. Is he not ginger?
Throw the phone over. I'll show you who I'm talking about. Let's see. Do you remember 𝐒𝐿𝐂𝐋𝐒?
Yes, but what was it? I just remember the theme song. We're like, 𝐒𝐿𝐂𝐋𝐒.
Nicky, Ricky, Dicky and Don, you know that one?
Oh, mate.
Do you know what, mate? I'd like to apologise. The guy I'm thinking of was not in this TV show. I do remember a lot. I remember that guy, 𝐒𝐿𝐂𝐈𝐀𝐋𝐒, to be fair. He was the main guy. Do you know who he looks like? Wee Slaggins. Or only Slaggins. There's a person at your front door again. I don't trust myself to throw this to you. Okay. There we go. See?
I heard hold that thought though.
What do you mean?
I was outside the gaff the other day and only Slaggins was on a wee walk and I was like, you
should have beat him up. No. I'm joking. Only that's me done for.
You're only slagging.
And do you know what? There's another online creator that I actually do like. Only Slaggins. It was good that when I asked you to come on the podcast, you never replied. But you know,
here's how you make a ramen. What's he talks like?
Only no.
I know you're talking about Wee Slaggins, but you said only Slaggins.
I did. I actually asked them both.
Only Slaggins walked past me. I went, you do the wee cooking.
That's my dad loves him.
Yeah,
loves him.
Big only Slaggins.
And I was like, to the point I think that if I got him on the podcast,
he would like stay and get
Dad be sitting in like, what are you gonna say next, Only Slaggins?
He's like, my name's Paul.
He's just so good at barbecuing. I'm like, that's great, mate.
So we were talking about Wee Slaggins earlier.
I was talking about Wee Slaggins. Asked him to come on the podcast. Nothing. Thanks very much, mate. Appreciate that one. Cheers. What's it like being a non-strong ginger? Shut up. So that's actually, do you know what? That's poor from me. That's poor from me. I apologise.
I used to making enemies everyone.
I'm a lover of all. I'm really. No, but I'll tell you, after a recent encounter, I am with death. It sounds like I was given a second chance, and they were like, "You gotta change your ways." Nice, oh, I tell you what, my ribs have been sore all day. My ribs. I was going to collect that camera from Sean earlier. I had a really bad pain in my ribs. I keep joking to Connie, but I've kind of accepted that I'll drop from a heart attack one day. And me and you've discussed this before.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get the big C.
And cancer.
Yeah, I got something like. There's no way I did that.
Of the draw.
Tomorrow.
Well, here, there's a good topic. If you had to take anything, what would you take?
A
stroke, I think.
Nah.
Would love a bit of cancer over a stroke.
I'd rather just take like jumping off a 100-story foot building.
Well, yeah, I've been watching this.
Give me something instant. I don't want to, Anyway,
I don't know.
This is mental.
No, I'm thinking of what's Terminal.
Oh, this is great. Welcome to Dolecast. Do you think I'm hard to work with? You skip a couple minutes.
Would you rather have cancer or have a stroke, mate? Heart attack for me. Well, I'd like to know what they're like.
You would not. Do you know those period cramp simulators? That gets hooked up.
I feel so bad for women.
Heart attack simulator. Actually kills him.
Do you know what?
You should get a
I'll do it right. If this episode, I'm not being funny, gets 15 likes, I'll wear a period cramp simulator on the next solo episode. On me kicking tables and all. Yeah, if 20 likes, if this episode gets 20 likes,
15.
I just upped it to 20. Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah. All right, 2 likes. No, this episode gets 15 likes on YouTube. 15 likes on YouTube. I will wear a period cramps simulator on one of the episodes. We'll do that, sure.
Here, it's actually way cheaper than I thought. £33 for one.
Well, you're paying for torture.
Oh, that's pain reliever. Why is there no simulators?
I mean, to be fair, it might be hard to buy. I'm just thinking.
Period simulator machine for men, Amazon. Right. See what we got here.
I'm capping it at 20 quid, mate.
Pain relief muscles.
As I said, I'm broke as it is. Connie today texted me, he's like, do you want to go to Glasgow overnight? And I went, yeah, for all the money in the world, mate. But
when was this?
Today, she asked me this, and I
went,
went,
Glasgow tonight?
No, it was in 2 weeks before B team, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. Am I? I've no money, mate.
It's pain relief.
Or just get a listener to come and just punch me in the stomach every 20 minutes.
every 20 seconds.
Or like there must be a pregnancy one or something. Or do you know what we'll do, even electric shock collar or something. Oh no. Do you know what? Dolecast 𝐒𝐿𝐀𝐋𝐒. No. No, we'll not do that. But
you do a laugh you lose every time you laugh, you get electric shock collar.
I actually I said this to Ben in last week's episode, but you'll hear it again. I have a great idea for a video. But this is the sort of thing I'd have to book a month in advance and be like, folks, everybody just needs to clear their schedules. It's a big game of Mafia. You played Mafia before?
It's the one where you join teams or whatever?
Nope.
No idea.
So it's...
I have no idea what I'm talking about. No one ever played
with guns, you shoot people. No, so it's like 20 comedians, let's say.
You rat your friends out to the government and take a...
You whistleblow, it's called.
Yeah. But the witness protection, great.
Sorry. I hope you're here on the 25th of July.
Here. I hope I'm alive on the 25th of July, and I also hope I'm here on the 25th of July.
I hope you're here on the 25th of July. If you're not, it's fine.
I'm going to say this.
You won't be. I know you won't be.
It's one of those things where before, like, the 12th of July... Because I'll be busy.
That's it, man. You'll be throwing a stick up in the air and shouting for the good King of Ulster.
Anyway, sorry for ear destroying you, sir. What do you call it? No, I can't be bothered any of that rubbish. Anyway, I'm going to get political here.
Here we go.
Oh, gibberish. No.
Sure, I start with the rats.
Yeah, no. The thing, I think I just have to be careful what I say, man. I just do.
Can I just say, you're not working for MI6.
No, I know, but just one of those things where HR call and be like, the joke's so funny, we won't have to call you an HR for it. Do you know
joke's so funny that, yeah, here's your resignation.
That's good. Not even resignation, here's your get out letter. I was going to say before the 12th, I will be in the country guaranteed. After the 12th, there's a high chance. Because they found me. I'm going to say,
wonder what the West is like on the 12th. Because I don't live
quiet.
There. Yeah. Ghost town.
What's the age like? It's St. Patrick's Day. Quiet.
Yeah.
You know. Actually, you know, I think St. Patrick's Day most people go out for it.
I've only ever been out once.
Like you'll not find many Catholics going out in the 12th.
On St. Patrick's Day this year, we all went to Ulster Sports Club, and like I wasn't drinking heavily at all. Like genuinely, you know, Daniel Houston. Yeah. Genuinely, a couple most times just one or two social pints. Yeah. Maybe three. Yeah. And I hit that mode of like I'm gonna stare into space here for the next 45 minutes, and I was sitting on a pint just staring into space, and William Thompson was sitting opposite me, just went, "Yo man," and I went, "Yeah," and he went, "You alright?" And I went, "Yeah, I'm all good." And then he just like, "Yeah, you're just staring into like the abyss," and I went, "Yeah, someone chatted to me about something," and then Adam came back with like 3 pints, and I was like, "Hey, you correct me actually," and I went, "I'm gonna nip outside here, I'll be 5 minutes." Then he ran me when I was at McDonald's drive-thru with you, and I was like, "Sorry, I'm on my way home."
You only had 2 pints.
I don't know. I don't. Hey, listen.
Two 4-litre pints?
No.
That was wasted.
No, man.
You absolutely were wasted. You were in the McDonald's drive-thru laughing at everything.
Let's talk about the ride.
No, that's not true. You even sitting in McDonald's car park going, "Man, let me get Big Mac." It's like,
oh, yes, that was me. Dancing on top of the car. Call myself Ronald
McDonald.
Get back in. Ronald McDonald.
Yeah.
What's the maddest thing you've ever seen in a night
out? A guy getting curb stomped for having a Palestine flag. Yeah, outside the 7 Express in town, beside the McDonald's, and we had to call the bouncers of the McDonald's, going, "He's gonna die. They're gonna kill him." Because you know what it was? He was screaming something. He had a Palestine flag, and he was like, "Hey, everybody!" And a few people giving him thumbs up, whatever. This is like a year and a half ago, and I was with someone, and they were walking, and we kept going, and then the guy, all of a sudden, 2 other guys walked up to him. We're like, "What are you doing?" Whatever, and then just. Push.
I love the idea. Not that it's funny at all. It doesn't matter what it is. I love the idea. They go, "What are you doing?" And they usually ask me to punch in the face. Doesn't matter what. Yeah. Can I just specify? It doesn't matter what it's about. Yeah, it's more the comic idea of not letting someone finish.
We've actually taken that and applied that in a lot of our work coming up that you guys will see.
You'll see.
Yeah, and we had to call the McDonald's bouncers, and at first they were like, "That's not our problem," and then I'm not joking.
Oh,
I'm not joking. This guy got beat up for another 2 minutes, and they went, right, okay. And they went over and pulled the other guys off because it was like...
and they beat them up. Yeah! Keep her in it, folks. Where do you get it? Where do you get it?
Yeah.
Don't get that in the jam jar.
So, yeah, that was pretty mad. That's a deep cut.
I'll explain that for the folks.
Okay, go for it.
So during lockdown, there was I'm not even going to call him a YouTuber, there was another guy, and you know what? I can go at him here because he sent someone a video.
No,
not that. He was in a club one night and he sent someone a video.
Okay.
He sent a video to me on someone else.
No. I can step in as your lawyer here and be like, you can't say it.
When a woman's getting married, they have a party. What's that party called? A hen party? Anyway, sorry. But no one's going to get that. No. It's fine. But
what sort of restaurants? What sort of Asian restaurants are there? There's Chinese.
There's Thai.
There is Thai. There's Thai.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. Sometimes, if you were on a hen, you go to a Thai restaurant.
Hen Thai. So like a hentai party. I wonder what this guy.
No.
Listen, I'm not.
Move
but
on.
Basically,
Arron getting fired.
We were invited onto a podcast.
Yeah.
A lot of people have disrespected me in my lifetime. I'm like, a lot of people have disrespected me in my lifetime. This might have taken the cake. Yeah. We were asked to go onto someone's podcast as guests. It was during lockdown.
So granted, we had nothing else to be doing. Yeah.
It was during, but do you know what? Even during lockdown, the idea of staring at a wall was better than this because we came on as guests.
The idea of getting COVID was better than this.
Diana COVID was better. That's poor. We were invited on this podcast. It was on Zoom.
Mm.
It was on Discord.
Yeah,
I'll say I might clip this.
Red flag.
I might clip this, so I'll say Zoom because I don't want to sound like a loser. It was on Zoom. Trust me, the way I'll cut it up, you'll never know. It was on Zoom. We joined there was a host and a co-host this podcast. The host was like, "Sorry, the other guy's just doing a GTA mission." He's what? Yeah, sorry, we just have to delay because the other guy's doing a GTA mission. I don't know if you've ever heard of the word professionalism, right? But I thought that was anything but. I thought, I'm going to reach the screen and drag him off the GTA mission. Then he finished. So we were like, right, so we'll come back in an hour then. He was like, yeah, sorry. Came back an hour later. Yeah. Where is he? He's getting a shower for a Zoom podcast. And then I think we did half an hour, if even, of the podcast. And then we just went...
No.
Go on.
Was there something about a sailor costume?
Did I wear that? No. It was and my dad and my mum were doing a murder mystery night with friends on Zoom. And my dad walked into my room while I was on a Zoom podcast dressed in full sailor outfit. And it just looked inappropriate. Yeah. It looked like,
And then your Wi-Fi cut out?
So it just looked like he'd come in and sank the ship.
I just left after. I just left.
My Wi-Fi cut out, and I felt bad at the time. Then I remembered, actually, do you know what, lads? He's had your chance an hour and a half ago when my dad wasn't in a sailor costume and my Wi-Fi worked. But sure, Franklin needed an extra $2 million or something, so forget about it. Seriously, like...
anyway.
Sure, but
how's your day been anyway?
And actually, do you know what? I've had a fairly enjoyable day. Went down. Maybe this is mental for me. I'm off my high horse this episode, but maybe this is mental for me. I went down to get my a spare key paired to my car this morning. I walked in.
Did you not do this a while ago?
I did it. So I went down a while ago to do this. I was sent down, right? I just go and do things. I'm told what to do, and I'll go down and do it. I didn't know there was no payment required or anything, so I went down and went, I'm here to get a key replaced. And the guy at the desk thought I meant a key battery replaced. So he went, right, okay. I said, do I not need to leave my car here? He went, no. I went over, he charged me £8 to replace a key battery, and I walked home, and my dad nearly strangled me to death because he was like, first he just spent £8 that we don't need a new key battery. Second, no, we're not the buckets from the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Like we're £8's not flipping ruining the economy for us. Like, but the buckets. Old Charlie Bucket skipping down the Volkswagen to get his key sorted.
The golden key.
Yeah, like, but like,
I just imagine you walk at your granny and granda and your other granny and granda all in one big bed.
One bed. Like, playing footsies.
Daniel, your granda goes, Daniel, did you get the car thing with the money I get?
Yeah, it cost me £8. And the roof falls through. No, we're not Charlie Bucket, but like it was, you know, it's not, £8 isn't a massive dent, but it was £8. It was £8. It didn't.
People just started calling themselves like the Bucket family if they got no money or whatever.
A few Bucket families out rioting until after.
Nothing
better to be doing. But, sorry, it's Ballymena last night. It's everywhere. Sorry, it's Ballymena 2 nights ago. It was like O'Neill Road last night.
Really?
It was on fire.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest, man. I've been living under a rock. I know. I've been living under a rock.
Yeah.
I haven't a clue. I get up, I do the thing, I go home. And by the time everything else is done, I've been in the office all day. Generally, everything else happens while I'm in an office going.
Right, do you know what? Do you know what? Let's talk about Edinburgh, man. Do you know what? Let's do it. Folks, a few of you may be wondering why there's been 3 solo episodes in a row, right? Things are on a tight schedule, okay? Things are on a tight schedule, as we know. We've limited days we can record the podcast. Obviously, we're booking guests and stuff like that. No bother whatsoever, right? And do you know what? We can look back at this fondly now. Was I looking back fondly on it a day ago? Probably not, but we're all having a good giggle now, and it's all good. Arron Gurley is at a work event on Friday night. Social work event. Would that be correct?
It was a work barbecue. It happens annually.
Yeah.
It is to celebrate everybody that works there, but particularly the new starts, my group, went to socialise and really get to know each other. It was an open bar.
I know what that means.
Well, no. Here's the thing.
Sorry, guys, we've no kegs there because Arron Gurley's drank the equivalent of the Lagan River.
Here's the thing.
Flip's sake.
Here's the thing. I got speaking to the bar. I actually got really funny.
You got speaking to the bar? I didn't know you did.
I was talking to the bar.
Is that still on 2 bars, by the way?
1.
Okay.
It's not going to red, though. I don't know if it's going to go to red. If it goes off, I'll let you know and I'll do a quick reload. But I got speaking to the bar staff. Became very friendly with them. Lovely guys. Can I just say, first off, lovely guys and girls.
The camera is flashing red. It's going to die, but that doesn't mean we don't have time to talk about Go Barbecue Co., the sponsors of the Dolecast. It is coming well and truly into the summer months. You step outside, you're going to get baked, bro. So, let me tell you, you may apply that sunscreen and you may get onto the shopping cart at Go Barbecue Co. online and buy yourself a barbecue for the summer. They have an amazing collection of outdoor heaters and stoves, all types of barbecues, rubs, equipment, anything you need to be a barbecue master, the Barbecue King. Barbecue King. I think that's a restaurant in Belfast. Anyway, forget about them. I hope they go bankrupt because they're not Go Barbecue Co. Here's what you need to do, folks. Go on to their Instagram, take advantage of them, and get their exclusive discounts only on the Instagram page. They're also working on a huge raffle at the minute. I can't even say what it is, mainly because I don't know. But it's huge. It's absolutely massive. Go over, take advantage of them, get those discount codes, and let's get back to the episode.
Got chatting to the bar staff. Lovely guys and girls. Everyone was on their best behaviour. And I'm curious. I'm just careful out of what I say here. Everyone's on their best behaviour until everybody left. Someone came over to us and said, "Listen, here's the company card. Everyone gets free taxis." I said, "That's very nice. It's very appreciative." And I went to the toilet and walked out to see a silver tray of shots. That silver tray kept replenishing itself over and over and over again. I didn't order them. They just kept coming. They were mixing them. They were asking for like rare shots that like Americans would ask for. Stuff I hadn't heard of. And we got a bit drunk.
I was meant to pick Arron Gurley up from this event. When I phoned him to tell him I was 10 minutes away, he was basically speaking Chinese. To put it bluntly.
Oh no.
Very little English coming through. And I'm going, man, I can get you. I'll be 10 minutes here. Now, let's stop the clock, folks. Let's go back 10 hours maybe, I book a guest for the podcast. I say,
You've hooked them in now. You gotta go flashback.
I book a guest for the podcast. Okay, he'll remain nameless. But put it this way: last week, at the start of last week's episode, I said, "Oh, I meant to have this person on, but it's been rescheduled. So figure it out, folks." I said,
"That'd probably be a nice guest."
I said, "Probably." I said, "That guy, 12:30 suit." He said, "Yeah," because we usually record the podcast around that time. I said, "No bother." I said, "Just let me double check with the producer, but should be fine." I text Arron Gurley 12:30 for the podcast. He says 1 or 1:30 would work better. I say, okay. I think half an hour. Okay, sure. If he needs half an hour.
I just thought, listen.
I thought, you know what? It is literally the middle of the day, but I thought, you know what? That's okay. Text the guest. 1:30 suit? No, sorry, I'm working at 2:30, so that won't suit. I went, okay, that's fine. That's okay. We'll do a solo episode. Not a big deal. There's bigger things going on in the world, Palestine, stuff like that. I thought, doesn't matter. But you know what I mean? There's bigger things going on.
Yeah. Bigger thing going on down the road.
Yeah. O'Neill Road's on fire. So I went, you know what? That's all right.
Your defense is terrifying.
Then Arron Gurley asks for a lift home. I say, no bother. All that happens, all that ensues, lift home's cancelled. And while Arron Gurley's on the phone to me speaking Chinese, I said to him, he said he was staying at someone's house, and I said, well, are you still okay to do the podcast tomorrow morning? And he just goes, I'm not going to lie to you. No. And I went, okay. No bother. Drove home. I was like, you know in The Incredibles when Mr. Incredible closes his door and he actually molds his fist into the door? And there was a kid standing at me, staring at me. I don't even know what he says to him. I think he slams the door as well. The glass smashes in the foot. Yeah. I went inside. I went, okay. Wake up the next day. The phrase comes to mind is, I'm not happy, Bob. I was like, right, okay. Yeah. Sent down a Gurley wee message just saying, all right. Arron Gurley sends me a message. Now, I'll remind you folks. No. Okay. Well, wait. Okay. I'll remind you folks. I deserve this. I'll remind you folks. 12:30 was too early. Arron Gurley sends me a Snapchat 10 o'clock in the morning. He's in Edinburgh. So you can imagine anger inside. No one inside out anger. You can imagine the Daniel Houston.
I've heard
version.
of the just emotion anger as well. Like,
but you know the specific action of him going. You can imagine that happening inside my head as I actually said out loud to myself, I need to be careful. I'm going to snap my phone across my leg. Because I thought, okay, 12:30 is too early for the podcast. Caught a flight to Edinburgh 2 hours ago. Okay. Very early. Do you know what it felt like? When you found out an ex was cheating on you and you checked the snap maps to be like, there's no way they're actually at his house. Do you know what I mean?
I had to turn it on for you, the snap maps.
He turned it on and I went,
can I be honest? I think I was still drunk at that point.
I know you were.
Yeah.
I could tell by the way you're texting. I went, he's still staying.
Yeah. Do you know what it was, man? I didn't book the flight. The flight was booked for me. In that state I was in.
Now here's a question.
No, in that state I was in.
Yeah, yes.
It was someone asked, do you want to go? And I probably just went, oh yeah. And next thing I know, all right, I'll send my details over. And I went, oh right, okay.
And at what time in the morning would this have been booked?
Like, when it just like see when I rang you, like 5 months after that. So that you can gauge the scale of
I can
Chinese.
I can gauge it. Absolute Korean spec Arron Gurley. Yeah,
may as well.
Don't worry about it. But I was
not happy.
I think you'd say, I'm not happy, Bob.
Yeah.
And so how was your trip to Edinburgh? Is the end of the story? Fun time?
I don't want to because I know it's poor. Like this, to put it very bluntly.
You had a good time?
It was good.
Yeah, I'm glad, man.
We did a lot of touristy stuff. Went to a few museums. Went to Dean Village. Did a walk of the waterway.
That's great, man. That's great. I think when you sent me the photo, I went, I'm on walk the plank here. I'm on walk the plank.
He got Cole Sprouse.
I was like, yeah, Cody's coming to surprise me. I was like, this isn't real. I actually thought this is a cutout. No, you can get cutouts. I was like,
or something.
He's mugging me.
I can't say for me, we both do a lot of random pranks to each other, I think. Mostly me being like...
Twit in a frat house in college. We do a lot of pranks, dude.
Mostly me being like, you hear this person died, or this, whatever.
It's very cheerful.
But it's
oh, you hear your dad died, man?
I or like, I'll tell you, when we used to work together, that someone fell down the stairs and worked the other day, and then you would go up and be like, are you okay? Falling down the stairs? You'd be like, what are you talking about? Like, I love that. I love that. Because do you know what it is? That's a prank I know I'm not even going to be there to see the receiving end of. I just knowing that it's going to happen makes me happy. No, it's never malicious. It's always just like, you're going to go speak to someone and realize, Arron was just talking on his hoop. Like, but making up that I was in Edinburgh would be a big prank.
Be a big one. And then when I saw the snap maps, I went, right. Okay.
See, to be honest, it didn't really hit me until like 2 hours later when I was sober. I went, oh no. Like, do you
know what it was? See if
can I just say, first off, I don't know how we got there. Sheer willpower. I don't know who he is. Sheer willpower, Jimmy Santoro name. Sorry.
And just while I've got you here, just while I've got you, we're filming a big chunk of Jimmy Santoro this Saturday. If you send me a Snapchat at 10 a.m. to say, sorry man, I'm in Mozambique. We're not
eyes twitching and everything.
I'm going to club you to death with this very microphone stand. I'm going to film it and put it on live. Like,
yeah, do you know what you'll do? You club me to death with that one, pick it out, pull up an arm, and just set it down, be like, well, we're good.
You good to go, man? It's camera. Yeah. What was the question we said at the start? Is Daniel Houston hard to believe? I think but you know what? Water under the metaphorical bridge, you know?
Yeah, I've done something. I've done something.
He's coughing and spluttering.
I've done something, and should be here soon. Anyway, but it was lovely.
I hope it's a Korean child that you've adopted in my name.
Told you not to tell anyone about that.
Throw it out the window.
That's its name.
No, I can't do that.
No,
can't do
We're
that.
not doing nothing.
Can't do that
because I don't know who's watching.
People have a job to
don't know. Listen, if he's listening in work, shout out Tom. Said to me the other day, he's like, "Oh, I saw the podcast." And I was like, "Right, okay." So that's why I'm angry. Is trying to be not as specific.
Was Tom member of you? Was Tom in Edinburgh?
I went with just one other person because I'm the only one that's like mental enough to go.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I actually said this to Ben when I said, you know what? I'm going to start a new job. Absolutely. If he said to me on Thursday, hey man, we have to go to Edinburgh, no problem whatsoever. Because that's a work thing, you know.
Technically,
walking around the museums in Edinburgh, Dean's Village. Who's Dean?
Yeah, I know.
Dean's Village.
I know.
Sure, write it down.
Dean's Village.
Dean's Village.
It's called Dean Village, but she kept on calling it Dean's, and I was like, "That's fine, you're American." Dean's
Village. We must have discussed after.
Okay. Do you know what though? It was a good time. I'm sorry. Do you know what?
I'm sorry.
Like, I'm deadly serious. It only hit me like the severity of it.
Severity.
But I just was kind of like, well, I've mugged off my best mate here, so I don't want to, you know.
Yes. No one's saying the Dolecast the biggest thing in the planet.
Say about 2 or 3 p.m.
It will be.
Say about 2 3 p.m. I went. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to go here. But I was sitting there going, well, the flight's home had like 7:15. So I went, well.
And I appreciated the text to say, listen, I'll do a podcast tonight.
I would have done a podcast at 4 a.m. if I had to, and I knew I was up for the Giants Cosby the next day as well, but I would have been like,
I'm
Mr. Worldwide.
George, you've got as a full-time job.
Yeah.
Captain Side Quest.
Yeah. I said today, I was in Dublin today, doing a real hard bit of work, and man, I tell you, it was
flat out.
To be honest, can I tell you something? We went into the place. We had the coach to get in. I'm not going to specify what the job is or what everything is, but I'm just going to tell you, we went into the place.
Nuclear arms dealer.
Well, listen.
Mr. Worldwide, man.
Yeah. We went into the place, right? We did our job, maybe 20, 30 minutes max. I can be generous. I'm serious. We got
30 seconds.
We had to get a lot of confirmation to do stuff. It sounds stupid to be like, can I do this?
Yeah.
Yes. Is that all right in your end? That stuff, right? We got out, right? and there was a woman sitting at this was like at the entrance to the in the building, and we were chatting, me and myself, the colleague walking out, and the woman turned around and went, "Oh, are you from this company?" And we were like, yeah. And they went, "Oh, I'm here to let you in." And we went, "It's fixed. It's all done. You don't even have, you can let us out." I went, "It's so yeah." So that was grand, and then I spent the rest of the day in Dublin. So yeah, Mr. Worldwide Side Quests. It's grand,
enjoyable.
Here I get Arron. Girl, he might have a big couple of side quests coming on. Anyway, home on the weekends, mate.
In New York City.
Oh,
well,
Jimmy's
in London.
Jimmy's in London. Be good. Big Ben and everything in the background.
Couldn't do Big Ben. That's too similar.
What if Jimmy looks up there and it like cuts in cuts in the Big Ben and Jimmy goes and just walks off?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Remind me when we're finished this. I need to tell you the ending of the plot that I had that I never even finished.
Okay. Basically, we're planning Jimmy Centaur today. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
Here, give the folks an update percentage wise. How far do you think we're?
I think we're 70% through
filming. No.
And to be fair, I'd say everything.
Assembly cut could be coming together. I think there's a fine tune cut.
I think it's 50% edited from what I've got.
Have you color graded most of it? So as I'm saying, assembly, like it's all. But
in terms of assembly cut, everything's pretty much assembly cutted.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're 90%.
It's coming together. How long have we been at this? When did we do the first shoot in Korea?
April. No, it might be. It was like maybe April, and is someone at the door?
No, I don't think so.
No, better not be. But it's the riots.
They've reached here. They've reached the Dolecast. Only I run the Dolecast getting targeted.
I just be like, yeah, whatever you're out against, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, we started in April, and then there was like probably 3 weeks between or something.
There was a big break.
But then since then, I think we've been fairly consistent and just being like
we've had
week by week.
We've had 4 days in total for the shoot, right?
Yeah. Which when you
we've had a lot of
actually
test
think about
shoots
it,
and stuff like.
When you actually think about it, 4 days of actual filming is not a lot.
No, but we've got a lot in this. I think.
Yes.
Yeah. We've got a big. We've got a shoot coming together on Saturday. But no, I mean to wrap up my absolute side quest, it was just, yeah, I didn't particularly mean to go, and I didn't enjoy the consequences that
go home and got a smack bum from
Daniel
Father Houston.
Yeah, but like, do you know what? It was grand as well. It made me want to do, just like, I know you were saying you've no money, but if in advance, the boys just book somewhere.
That's all I need. Is advance.
Yeah,
I need pay all this. Do you want to go here in 3 weeks? That's not advance. I need.
What's advance? Do you like 2 months?
2 months. Is it 2 months? Is I can go. Okay, let me know we're planning on doing this.
Yeah.
So I can build up a bit of cash to then, when we book this, pay for it. People just go, well, do you want to do this? And I go, so I have to give them money now over. Oh,
yeah, I'll tell you what I know. Tell you what I think I'm going to do.
Go to Edinburgh on the weekend. Leave me here.
This weekend. Sorry.
Honestly, it was this weekend. I would figure a way to get this through as carry-on luggage.
Yeah.
I beat you to death.
I love it. There's more effective ways, like a hammer or something, but it's gonna be it's about sending a message. Yeah. You're just a man that want to watch the world burn. But it's what was I gonna say? I think if I am potentially away somewhere for my birthday, no matter where that is, maybe book like a Thursday, Friday off. So I have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Fly the boys.
That's not bad. That's not.
Because I think that's a good way to be like, you're really only getting flights there. You know what I mean? You'd be snuggled up close to me. Like.
We've said this before. I want an accommodation and tour because I didn't know I was going to a mud hut when I got to Lille. So that's it was not a mud hut. It was the shower was like, but that's
there's some mud in the shower.
That's what I mean.
Oh dear.
Flipping
half
the flipping West Strand in the flipping shower, mate.
Shower, mate.
Just looking for shower gel. But
looking for a hose.
How long we've done there in the second half here?
16 minutes.
16 minutes. Right, to wrap up.
Yeah,
but 10 minutes. We'll do 10 minutes. Well, you know, in future, folks, we'll have a battery fully charged for this camera. But
very spontaneous, but it wasn't meant to be done.
Very spontaneous. But sometimes they're the best ones. like Andrew Garfield, the Spider-Man. Yeah. Those are the best kind. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No. Oh, I haven't watched the
Where he promises her dad, I'll stay away from Gwen. He's like, I need to promise.
I made promises.
And then
don't make
the
promises
teacher's like, don't make promises you can't keep, Mr. Parker. And he leans forward like a pervert and goes, those are the best kind.
And then she turns around and turns around and realizes it's not Gwen. And goes, I'm so sorry. I thought
but also, good luck going to jail. But like, the thing is,
why is this 30-year-old in our class?
Did he tell her that her dad made a promise?
I don't think so.
Because out of context,
I think he said, don't tell Gwen, but also still.
Imagine me ghosting a girl for 3 weeks and then just I lean forward one day and someone says, don't make promises you can't keep. And he goes, those are the best kind. Anyway, I want to do more segments on the solo pods. It's like 15-20 minutes of good quality chat up start. We call it GQC. 20 minutes of GQC at the start, and then we like 15-10 minute segments of like, so like whether it's fan mail, short segment, whether it's reviewing the place, whatever it is. Let's do a bit of brainstorm. What are we thinking? Right,
and this is gonna be like great podcast, guys. I had Lotus Biscoff chocolate the other day, mate. Get yourself on that.
What about? Well, put it this way: I'm a man for the granola at the minute.
Bars?
Right? Nope, like granola. Sorry, I was purr, man. Don't cough. I don't want to die in my hole last night, man.
Was it you dying in your hole? Was it the bad crowd?
Tell you what it was. I tell you what happened. Speaking of Americans, there was 10 or so American students in last night,
right? And
I started off with a joke I have about school, and I went, who in here enjoyed their school days? And I went, no, you guys certainly didn't. But they didn't like it one bit. And I went,
say be honest, that's one of those jokes that I love. And if you were telling it and you like it, then it doesn't count.
But the thing is, the Americans made up most of the crowd, which meant there wasn't enough other people to then laugh at them. Did
anybody else laugh at it?
Yeah, I got a couple of laughs, but they weren't liking it, and I went, oh, well. And then
as your first joke.
Yeah, pretty much off the bat. Then I got chatting to them. And I do love when people do this because it's very easy. It's an easy line for me. But I went around and was like asking their names, and one went, Abby, and then one of her mates chimed in and went, it's your birthday today? And I went, I didn't ask. I didn't. I asked her name, not what age she is. And then I was like, what age are you? She was like 19. I went, very good. And then moved on. And then this last guy, I think he had something wrong with him. Dear love him, if you're listening. That's actually horrific to say because he probably didn't, but he might just had a few. But he goes, I goes, what's your name? And he goes, Brant. And I went, what? Brant. And I went,
Brant?
It was Brant, as in like the guy in Mission Impossible. But it sounded like Brad. It sounded
any excuse to tie it back.
It sounded like Brant in Mission Impossible. It sounded like Brad.
Yeah.
It sounded like
Brant.
Yeah. And so he did it, and I said, mate, 4 times now. I haven't. You're not saying anything to me. And I said, spell it, and he went BRENT, and I went, cheers. I moved on, and then later on, I was doing a joke I have about a hamster, and I said I got my girlfriend a hamster, and he laughed. And I went, Bro, what are you laughing at? Right?
That's actually
because I was like. There's genuinely nothing.
Basis,
I was like, genuinely nothing funny about that. Like, that's me setting up.
Yeah.
Set
Did
up.
you set them?
I just went, what are you laughing at? I went, Bro, what are you laughing at? Right? Like, trying to have a crack. Yeah. And then Robbie Mulray, who, was meant to be the guest.
Folks, the Dolecast will reward you for listening to it.
Yes.
If you listen, it's 20 minutes in. Listen, we can't tell you. See if you go to 55,
you'll find the crack.
You'll find out all the juicy gossip here.
He kind of sounds like...
Because we assume no one's listening at this point, so it's like...
He kind of sounds like if Kermit the Frog was a teenage boy, right? And he was doing a set... And I closed my eyes and I went, he does. So I went up, right? And I thought, I'll have the crack with the audience because they love the Americans. And people were not upset, but a bit disappointed with how their sets went. And I went, you got to remember, it's not your jokes are bad. It's that you're doing a bunch of local stuff, which is fine to do.
Do you not have anything that's like, wait, here's the backup set, here's the B-side?
I have backup jokes.
No, I mean in general, like, do people not just have like a B-side of like...
Probably, but I think
crowd?
people panic and just go...
This is flashing red.
Okay.
I think we're...
When did it start flashing red?
Like 2 seconds ago.
Okay, well, I'll wrap this up.
Okay.
But basically, I came up and was like, right, everybody close your eyes, right? I was like, Robbie really sounds like Kermit the Frog.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, everybody just trust me in this one. But I was trying to set this up and no one laughed. And I was like, Robbie, everybody close your eyes. And Robbie, can you just say the Rainbow Connection into the mic? And he went, the Rainbow Connection. And then he doesn't sound like that, but it was more Kermit the Frog. One guy laughed and I went, all right, doesn't matter. And what I actually should have done is gone, do you know what? We're going to do it again and everybody's going to wet themselves laughing. Then I ended up doing magic tricks and everything.
You did?
Yeah. Cards and everything. One of the Americans had cards and I was like, give me 3 cards to do a magic trick. None of them were liking it. And I went, get off the stage, go home, good night. One of the first act, his opening joke, he just called
was doing magic at Man's.
He just called one of the Americans a retard. I have to believe that word, but he called one of them that. And I just started laughing. I was like, you know what? That's funny.
Do you know what, jokes that make other comedians laugh is probably some of the best.
But he went, you're a retard. And pointed at just this like 19-year-old American girl. He went, is what I said to my brother. But they
didn't like it.
I think they kind of felt embarrassed, which is understandable.
You can't say that word.
Yeah.
You can't say that word.
And then another act was just like, where are you from? She was like, I'm a Muslim. I'm from these 2 countries. And he just went, I don't really recognize that as being Muslim.
Right, and
everybody went
on that bombshell,
on that bombshell, folks. Thank you very much for listening to Dolecast. We'll be back next week, ideally with a guest. I've said that 3 episodes in a row now, but we haven't got one yet. So who knows? You know, we'll see if the producers said we're not. But it's all right, folks. We can laugh about it, you know, after nights of contemplating it. You know, thanks very much for listening to Dolecast. Thanks to 𝐒𝐿𝐿 for sponsoring us. Thanks to our 0 Patreon subscribers. And listen, review the podcast, keep subscribing, share it with your mates. That's how we get more listeners and all that good jazz.
Thanks to the B team.
Oh, good grief. That might be this week. Oh, panic stations. No. The next week is B team, so buy tickets.
Buy tickets.
Buy tickets. Genuinely, if you're watching this and you buy a ticket and bring a Carolina Reaper alligator on stage. So there you go. That's a Dolecast. That's a deep cut for the Dolecast.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week. Do you know what, folks? I'll tell you this. If we're not back with a guest next week, which would be 4 in a row, the episode will be like an hour and a half long. It'll be jam packed with stuff. Anyway, folks, get out of here. See you later. Goodbye. Dolecast, 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 Dolecast.